Hey guys, and welcome to another storytime video. Now this video is going to be a little heated. I'm going to get a little heated because this video is going to be about me almost getting into a fight now while I was in jail. Now this video, honest to God, when I think of this story, it pisses me off because it's like I hated this woman. Like, I didn't even barely know her. Like, I knew her, but I didn't know her. And my mom knew her. My stepdad and my mom knew this woman. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. So, there was a woman that came in, and she was laying underneath the TV. So she laid her mat underneath the TV, okay? And she laid there for a week and slept, didn't get up to take a shower, did not shower. She stunk so bad. There was an officer, a lady officer, because every morning there'd be certain lady officers that would come in, and there was this one particular officer that was in the room with us. She was bringing us our breakfast and our medicines, and so everybody was complaining to her, everybody was telling her this bitch stinks, she has not showered since she's been here. She'd been there for about a week or two, I think, at the time, or about a week or so, 2 weeks, and they were like, she stinks. She is not getting up to eat. She is not getting up to do anything. Not even to shower. Not even go to, she gets up, she'll eat. I think she ate. She would get up, she'd eat, whatever, or not eat, or something like that, and she'd just lay there, and she wouldn't take a shower, wouldn't do anything. Basically being a bum, just laying there, doing nothing. And so this cop, taps on her, and she's like, hey, get up. Hey, get up. Get something to eat. And, the woman just kept getting, oh my god, the woman, let's give her a name. I'm just going to call her Marshmallow, because she was huge. But anyway, so Marshmallow's yelling at the cop, and she's like, bitch, if you don't get out of my face, blah, 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 basically just running her mouth. The cop looks at her and says, if you do not get your ass up, I'm going to drag you up, and I'm going to take you to that fucking bathroom, and you're going to fucking shower. And so, they're getting into a verbal argument, and she's yelling at her, telling her to go fucking take a shower. In the morning, we were given towels and wash rags, and, in the morning, and you go take a shower, and then they'll bring you back a basket, and you just toss them back in there, and then, whatever. So, she was refusing to grab a towel and to go take a shower. Now me, I would grab two, and then I would wrap them over my eyes, and then when I wake up the next time after breakfast, when I wake up after lunch, I'll go take a shower. Now, this woman would not she grabbed a towel and went back and laid down. She covered her eyes and went back to bed, because they leave the lights on. When you go to bed at night, they shut them off. Then around 5 o'clock in the morning, they turn them on. You have to wake up, and whatever. So, she's basically arguing with this cop, and this cop is telling her, get your ass up and go take a shower. And eventually she gets up and takes a shower, and everybody's talking shit about her while she went to take a shower. She comes back, she eats, whatever, and then everybody's bitching at the cop, saying thank you, whatever, praising her. So then the lady's up, she's, after that, lady's up, she's talking to everybody, she's running her mouth, she's doing whatever, and she sees me. And she goes, aren't you so-and-so's daughter? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, do you remember me? And I'm like, no. And she goes, well, I was buying drugs from your parents. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, hold up. And this was at nighttime. Okay, this is about the third time she was here, right? At first, she was all happy door peachy, oh yeah, hi, how are you? Blah blah blah. You grew up, blah blah blah. And basically she'd run her mouth about her kids getting taken away, because she had 20 kids, all of them got taken away, and all this bullshit. And so a few days go in, and I've been here for about a week or two now, and I got aggravated very easily. Now me personally, even when I'm not in jail, if I'm around somebody too long, I get annoyed very easily. I could be around my mom, get annoyed. My brother, annoyed. My son, annoyed. Her, annoyed. Like, I can get annoyed with anybody. And so, like, she was getting on my nerves. So here was my breaking point, okay? So she decides to tell me that she had bought drugs off my mother and off her ex, right? Her ex I can believe. My mother, not so much. She's like, yeah, so I bought drugs off your parents. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. Basically talking shit. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, my mom would never do that shit. And she was like, yeah, I bought drugs off her. I said, no, you did not. Because I was there the entire time. No, you did not. She goes, well, if it wasn't her, then it was him then. And I'm like, I can believe it that it was him, but it wasn't my fucking mother. And like, she just kept going in, like, she just kept doing shit that would piss me off. And at the time, I was kind of hating that person, but I was also taking up for that person as well. And I didn't understand really, because it was like he was my dad, but he wasn't. And like, he had did this to me, he threw me under the bus, like did all of this shit, but then it was like in the back of my head, he was that person that was in my life, but it was like he treated me like shit. So it was like I was having mixed emotions. And she was saying that he did this to one of my best friends, and I'm like, whatever. I'm like, you're a fucking liar. Like, I was getting pissed. Like, she started talking shit about my mother. When she started doing that, I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you, I went from being the quietest person in that entire room to having everybody, and I mean everybody, trying to calm me down because I was gonna beat this short bitch's ass. Like, when I say she was short, she was probably Amberlynn Reed's height, okay? And she, maybe a little shorter, and she was ginormous. This bitch was like 600 pounds, and she was huge, right? Now, I don't care how big you are. I don't care how short you are. I don't care how tall you are. If I'm pissed, I'm pissed. I've almost gotten into several fights because somebody pissed me off. I have gotten into several fights because somebody pissed me off. Like, I am terrible. Like, I'm like my mom. Like, my mom's a firecracker. So am I. Like, but this woman pissed me off so bad that I went from the quietest person to the loudest person. My blood was boiling. My face was red. I could barely breathe. I was pissed. I'm like, if you talk one more fucking word about my mother, I said, I swear to God, I'm gonna jump over this fucking table and I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. I said, don't talk shit about my mother. And she was getting scared. She was a 30-year-old fucking woman getting scared of me, a 19-year-old girl. Like, at the time I was 19, I'm like, keep talking shit. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And I swear to God, she had never said another word to me. She'd be so sweet, never said nothing to me. Eventually she had gotten out, but because she was running her mouth, she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get out, my lawyer's gonna do this, my lawyer's gonna do that, my lawyer's gonna do blah 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 blah. And she was just basically running her mouth, and eventually she got out, and I was like, thank God, because I got so annoyed with this bitch. But anyway, I'm gonna end this story time there. Here's your video. I did get a little heated there for a moment. But yeah, if you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.